Welcome to the Horror Friendly Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Horror Friendly Podcast. We are doing something a little different for the next, month or so. We have decided again to come back from last year and cover a handful of the films that are being premiered at FrightFest this year, the 2025 FrightFest. And this time I have Chantal joining me for the event. So we're really excited and I hope you enjoy the episode.
The next film we are going to be covering is The Home, written by James DeMonaco and Adam Cantor, and directed by James DeMonaco. We are following the story of Max, who realizes that the residents and caretakers in the retirement home he started working at hide sinister secrets. So, Katie, what did you think of this one?
I really liked this one. I'd heard good things about this. This was one of the ones that were like, it was being really hyped up. It was one of the ones to watch for the year, and so I was really keen to get to watch it and be able to review this one. And I thought it was one of the strongest ones of the films that we've seen this year. I actually thought Pete Davidson was excellent in it. I thought he was a very good actor in it. He was very likable. You wanted to keep knowing his story, and I felt very engaged with his story and wanted to know more. I thought, yeah, generally the acting was very good in it. I thought the violence and the gore was great. And the whole time I was just engaged with this film. I think I just kept wanting to know more about what was going on in this place. So I really rated it. But yeah, what about you?
I think I didn't know anything about this film before. I didn't watch trailer or anything. However, you did watch it first and then sent me a message going, just FYI, lots of eye stuff, which is not a spoiler because it's on the poster. Yeah, a lot of eye stuff. So very uncomfortable for me. However, I did write out, I was like, it gets straight into it. Love that. Love that it's just like, boom, storytelling, let's begin. But then it slowed down. Like, I found it slowed down like quite a lot. Like you say, you're like, okay, well, what's going on? Because it keeps kind of like dripping you clues. And you're like, okay, but I just want to put the clues together now. Although it's only an hour 35. I think I just have like I think I'm putting clues together so much sooner. I'm just like, come on, give me the ending. So maybe that's a me problem. Like an hour and a half is not a long film. But again, it's really annoying because the tagline is evil never gets old. And I feel like that's a huge spoiler. Like I know it's an older person's home. So it's kind of like, okay. I love the fact that all the cast bar Pete Davidson are older. I love that they're fucking with him. I love the like when they're pulling pranks on him. I love that they're beating that stereotype and expectation of what it means to be old. I love that you get to see their stories. I thought that was really interesting. I really liked that side. But it was just that I think there were bits, and I was like, you even needed more like scares or yeah, something. I don't know.
Okay.
Because I think it
Yeah.
just happened and then I was like, come on.
Yeah. I do. I love that point that actually the antagonist in this was someone that wouldn't normally conform to like a horror film villain. Like it would normally be like a fucking stacked,
Yeah.
7 foot guy or, something else, but you don't associate like an old people's home with a horror film.
No,
So I thought
haunted,
it was really
sure,
fun.
but
Haunted, but yeah, no, not what it ends up being, that's for
no.
sure. Which is really nice. It was really fun. It was kind of refreshing to see.
Yeah. I did put down Lou is great, who was played by John Glover. I thought he was fucking brilliant. Um, yeah, I think as well what it kind of what what didn't completely sell me on it was it does tackle a lot of real life problems.
Right.
Funny enough, just said this in our last one. And I think they could have been so much more explored. Like again, it's an old people's home, so there's a lot of conversation, a lot of topic around getting older, very genuine fears for a lot of people. And it's just kind of forgotten about and like kind of yeah, it's forgotten about for horror,
Mm.
but I feel like it's still like there was a lot of actually real life horror that could have been in there because like you're literally in old people's home. How many of them had visitors? How many of them had aches and pains and illnesses? And like dementia kept getting mentioned, which is a genuine, like, really scary. And I also think there's like a thing when people get dementia, other people pull away because they think they're going to catch it almost. Like people know that's not how it works. But so there's like that loneliness as you get older that wasn't, I feel, again, I just feel like they could have gone more into like things that are actually quite uncomfortable and quite scary in life that we don't really talk about. Everyone pretends they're going to live forever, not get old. And although it was addressed in this, I don't know, that almost could have been more sinister or more into the horror rather than just straight up eyeballs.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a really good point. I think that whole idea of dementia, Alzheimer's is terrifying. So incorporating it more into a film would have been really good. And I think, yeah, as you say, like this would have been the perfect opportunity to put it in a film. So yeah, I fully agree with that. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, because like you say, when we're watching horror films, it is, largely, not always, of course, but it's teenagers or it's young people or you're not really dealing with the other side of life. You're dealing with young kids, getting stalked in the fucking camp or something. Like or it's high school kids or whatever. Like not always, but sometimes in certain subgenres. But like, yeah. So it was interesting to see it from another person's perspective.
Or it's like a new
Yeah.
family just moved into a home. It's always the same. Like each,
Yeah.
genre of horror has their like category of victims. And this was just, I was like, they could have really opened up a dialogue and really, but again, we've said this, I think there's so much fear in like, or like there's so much that sits with you with horror when it's real life situations that when you walk away from the film, because we've walked away from this and been like, okay, I'm fine. But like if it had gone a little bit more that way, it might have been like, oh fuck. Like,
Yeah.
and I just think, and it's so funny how little we actually talk about getting old. Unless you happen to work in an environment with older people.
Yeah,
Like,
you
people
don't really.
you don't really think about it.
No, I think you're right. I think a lot of people are scared of it. I think it's a genuine fear. And so people just put it out of their minds, just don't want to think about it. But there should be more discussion of it. And yeah, you're right. I think this film could have taken an opportunity to add some more kind of horror elements of it. But it was interesting, like the way things were going, like a lot of the times, like the deaths, for example, were blamed because of their old age
Yeah.
and
Very
things.
easy to, oh,
Very
we're
easy
that
to cover
old.
up. Yeah. Yeah, very easy. Oh, they had a fall or they did this and that. And it turns out to be something way more sinister. But like that is also a very interesting thing for a horror film to do because it's an easy cover up.
Again,
So,
even that, you want to get, like how many crimes happen to older people because, oh, well, they don't know what they're talking about. And it's like, fuck, they've been around 80 years. They do know what they're talking about. You nick their necklace. And it's all just gets brushed away because old age.
yeah.
So they could have really rinsed it, I think.
I, I did think there were some bits in this that were quite touching.
Yeah.
I thought some of the relationships were really nice. And even at the end, I felt like the bit before the insanely violent end, which I don't really know is that much of a spoiler, really. It's just extremely violent. Um, but the bit before that, which I think I know what what I'm referring to, but it was kind of more like people are reunited, and it's very touching, and like you're really, I don't know, happy for those people in that moment. That these secrets have been discovered.
A little brief moment, but
A brief moment, but you're kind of happy because things have been discovered that should have been that for a long time ago. And yeah, just it was also took a turn that I didn't expect it to take. I didn't know where this was going to go, but I wanted to keep watching. So I liked that. I liked the idea behind this film, and it is creepy, it is scary, and the eye stuff, yeah, also made me very nervous, but I knew it would make you 10 times more nervous.
I love you literally had to send me a trigger warning. It wasn't as bad. Like, to be fair, I just closed my eyes if I needed to, but it wasn't as Fuck it. It was horrific. Wasn't as bad as Hostel.
Okay.
Hostel still has the worst eye scene for me.
Yeah, fair. That one is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So who would you recommend this to?
Oh, who would I recommend? I kind of would recommend this to anyone, you know. I think this could even go under like as a kind of thriller type film. So anyone, really. I think anyone that's kind of interested in kind of horror or thrillers or like mysteries and things, I think that like give it a go. What about you?
Yeah, you're right. It is horror mystery. So I think if you like, it's not slow burn, but maybe slow, like if you kind of like slow burn horror, I wouldn't say this is a slow burn, but I think it's kind of, there are definitely like, because it's mystery, like drips and drabs. So I think you might enjoy that. I think if you like kind of trying to pick up on the clues, you might enjoy that, or a big I won't say like plot twist because I don't think that's the right word, but something out of the ordinary. I think, because again, like as we've said with the others, I actually do think this is a new story. This is something we haven't really seen before, and I think even just for the older characters, I think you should watch it. Because I gave Lou a shout out, but I'm gonna get the names right because there was a couple of the older ladies I thought were fucking brilliant as well, which was Juno and Sadie.
I love Sadie.
They were adorable. So, which again, it's so patronizing to just be like adorable, but although I don't think Juno was that much older, but and what are you going to give the Spookies out of 5?
I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 Spookies. I thought it was really good. I'd definitely watch it again. I thought the idea was really interesting and not something I'd seen before, so I really liked it. What about you?
I'm actually gonna just check what I gave it originally. I can't find it, so I may have to check off my instinct. I might give this. I'm stuck between like 3.5, 4. I think only a 4. I did quite like it. I don't think it was my favorite from FrightFest. We are being really stingy with our 5s this time.
We are.
But I do think it was really good. I think it was a really good story, really good idea. I just wanted more, essentially.
Yeah.
So, come on.
Nice.
But check them out on all the socials. See when it comes out and go check it out. Enjoy.
Enjoy, guys.